The International Monetary Fund has hailed India's growth story. It said that the country's economy is projected to grow at 6.3% in the current financial year and the next as well. It noted that India's digital public infrastructure and strong government infrastructure programs will not just sustain the growth, but will also contribute up to 16% to the global growth as well.
India is all set to become the world's third largest economy by 2030. Some experts even say it can happen early also. The International Monetary Fund, in its Article 4 consultation report, praised Indian authorities for the country's economic resilience and growth amid global challenges.
We think that we will do even better than what the IMF thinks. Now, what is driving this growth? Well, a lot of factors are driving this growth. There's the services sector is doing reasonably well, but there has been a significant acceleration of the industrial sector recently, which you may be aware of. And also a lot of investment that is happening. So, of course, government investment, but we are also now seeing a significant amount of corporate investment and household investment also coming through.
In its report, the IMF noted that India has emerged as a star performer, projected to contribute 16% to global growth. India's economy has rebounded strongly from the pandemic to become an important driver of global growth. The Indian economy will grow 6.3% in financial year 2024 and financial year 2025 on the back of macroeconomic and financial stability. Inflation has moderated after a brief surge in summer driven by vegetable prices. Core inflation is projected to ease to 4.7% in financial year 2023 to 2024 from 6.1% in previous year and to converge gradually to 4% over medium term.
I think India is already the driver of growth. The country is ready for a big leap. My own feeling is 8% growth is easily doable, but we can achieve 9% if the private sector joins us. Given that we are growing at this strong pace, which is the wide gap between where we are growing and the rest of the world is struggling to grow. There's stuttering growth everywhere. India is galloping ahead. This wide gap that we have easily would position India in a very polar position.
Following the release of the latest IMF report, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, and I quote, "India's rapid economic growth is not only helping its citizens, but is also helping the global economy." John Thomas Chambers, the former executive chairman and CEO of Cisco Systems, said on X, and I quote, that India will become #1 economy. Meanwhile, rising tax revenue in India indicates strong economic growth for the nation. Gross direct tax collections for financial year 2023 to 2024 registered a growth of 17.01%. Net direct tax collections for financial year 2023 to 2024 grew at over 20.66%. Advanced tax collections for the financial year 2023 to 2024 showed growth of 19.94%. The Indian economy is growing faster than any major economy and is becoming a top investment destination. This is likely to crowd in more investment and create more jobs over the coming years.
We get a lot of support from the government in the forms of policy making. So, for example, the whole digitalization, the build-up of infrastructure, there are improvements on taxation that is really making ease of business, and that we have seen now over the past years when we have been operating. We are taking the learnings and we are in a phase of planning for the next. India is a growth market and a very important market for IKEA.
The government's massive spending on infrastructure has given a huge boost to the growth potential.